I always forget to bring up music. Let's pull up some music. Okay. Let's play some music. Apologies if this is. Where's the good volume? Hello. Let me know if the music is too loud. I'm actually playing it through the computer. I have no idea how loud it is for you guys. Hi everybody. Pulling off dog hair from my knit. It's a little loud for me. Okay. Hello. Hello. So we're switching up gears a little bit today. As you can see, we're knitting. We're knitting today. I've had the urge to knit has been so overwhelming, so I just barely casted this on maybe like 2 days ago. And then I realized, hi, I quickly realized that I haven't knit anything in over a year. So I was like, okay, we need to do this. And I don't know what prompted me. I think just because I'm trying to use up some of my yarn stash. I I decided to pick a pattern with fingering weight yarn. I don't know if that was the smartest move because I probably should have started with like some worsted weight, some medium weight to like get back into it. But here we are, fingering weight and 3.5 needles. And I've spent a good amount of time on this. And it doesn't look like a lot. Oh, y'all, I've done so many rows and it's taking me forever. I also realized because like my natural way, like when I'm just relaxing, I grip it. I'll like grip and throw and throw. And then I was like, okay, this is taking forever because I have almost 300 stitches casted on in the round. 300 stitches. So I decided to, I don't know which way is the continental, which ways, I don't even know the terms. I forgot. But I switched up my style of knitting. And then I also realized that my tension is totally different. So as you can see, like up here, I was throwing the yarn. And then the last like 4 or 5 rows, I've been doing it the other way. And you can see like a very obvious, like an obvious line of tension. So that's a little bit, it's a little heartbreaking, but I'm just going to keep going. So what I'm knitting, I just found the pattern on Etsy. I don't remember the name of it, but the artist or the designer's name is Ozetta on Etsy. And it's just like a boxy casual fit tee. I just wanted something very simple to pick up. So I've kind of been switching between this and crochet also because the pattern that I'm crocheting right now is taking me forever. I started it and I thought like, I don't even know what I was thinking. I just started it and I think I just didn't think through like the design of it very well. And I ended up having to frog both of my front panels 3 times now. Like I got it on the 3rd time. So I'm a little bit like annoyed with the crochet right now. Hence the knitting. I'm also pretty slow when it comes to knitting, but it's okay. This has been like a nice little therapy break, a little reset from the crochet. Yeah, almost 300. It's like right under 300, and I'm doing a size small. There's like extra small, small, medium, hella. I chose small and it's almost 300. So I think at this point I've probably already done probably like 500, 5,000 stitches roughly. Lordy. This is for sure. This project is, there's no time crunch on this. There's no, I'm just kind of, this is like my relax project to take a break from crochet. So this is probably going to take me all the way until like Christmas, but that's okay. Yes. Grab your yarn, grab your project, come hang out. You want to learn how to knit so bad, but it looks so hard to learn. Honestly, it's the basics of it are very simple. I think what's hard is just like learning how to hold your yarn and your needles compared to like crocheting. Like you really have to relearn everything. And that's, I feel like, what takes the longest. Like for me, jumping back into knitting, the hard part is honestly just like grasping the yarn and the needles. But the actual stitches are very repetitive. And I made sure to pick a pattern that was like, for the most part, stuck in it. So I'm just knitting over and over. But again, that's kind of like why I chose this pattern, just because it's repetitive and easy. Hello. What's your favorite thing you have ever made? Ever? Ever? I don't know about, shoot. I don't know. That's such a hard one. Maybe the basic sweater, the 15-hour sweater, maybe that one. I feel like 80% of my projects, whenever I'm done with it, I'm like, this is my favorite thing I've ever made. And then I make something new, and then that turns into my favorite. So it's kind of hard to gauge. This yarn is not from, this is not my own hand-dyed yarn. This is, I picked this up on National Yarn Day. I think that's what it was. It's like August or September, maybe August. Maybe it was July. It was like National Yarn Day. I picked this one up. This is Peekaboo Yarns, or just Peekaboo. I cannot remember the name of this one, but for the most part, it's tonal. It's like just gray and white. And then there's a ton of like speckles of like rainbow. So I'll show you guys. This is what the colorway is working up. Very tonal gray, white. Ugh, that bothers me. Look at the tension difference. Ugh, frustrated. Let me try to find a spot with a little bit more color. This is what it's looking like. I'm at this point, I'm just working bottom up for the top, and then once I get to like the armpits or the armholes, I separate to front and back. Oh, my tension is getting loose. So I'm sure in like 20 or so minutes, I'll probably switch back to the crochet just to show you guys what I've been working on, the newest pattern. This week has been feels very surreal. Like it's been kind of like all over the place. I had so much planned yesterday to get done, and then I had to drive into LA to get my hair cut. And then I got home after like a 3-hour appointment, and I could not be bothered to work. So I just sat in bed and knit for like 2 hours. And that was my day yesterday. You're making your first crochet sweater as a beginner without a pattern? You can do it, you can do it, but good luck anyways. I feel like whether it's knitting or crochet, trying to, like, make your own pattern, like, for yourself is relatively easy because if you think about, like, a sweater, it's kinda like 2 big squares or 2 big rectangles, and then 2 more rectangles for the arms, like, that's the basis of it, so after that, any kind of, like, shaping, that's, like, personal preference. Again, guys, let me know if the music is, like, way too loud. I usually play it off of my phone, but today we're off of the computer, and I don't know if, like, the computer picks it up louder or not. Ugh, my attention. Ooh. You know, when I'm sitting back in bed, I can, like, really get on a roll, but when I'm sitting here at my desk, my hands can't, like, rest, like, I'm floating, so it's, like, a little bit harder for me to work. Usually, I have, like, a pillow or a blanket under me. This is a little bit trickier. Sonia, have you seen have you seen Bellini Bellwood? You guys have similar styles. I feel like that name is really familiar. I feel like I've seen the name on YouTube, but I would love to hear from you. How are we similar? What are you seeing? What are the similarities that we have in common? Good luck, thank you. I'm trying out here. Thankfully, like, this is just a fun project, so if I mess up, I'm not gonna be that upset. I don't really have to I'm not really a perfectionist with the knitting, I'm more so with the crochet. But knitting, I kinda just I don't know. There's, like, no expectation for me other than experience, getting a little bit more experience. So, I mean, maybe once I block it, the tension issue will all work itself out. You can't even hear the music. We gotta bump it, put it a little louder, but not too loud. Watch, somebody's gonna be like, "I can't even hear you now." Sarah, you made it. Hi, Sarah. It's funny because you were just telling me a few days ago, like, "I wanna catch your live stream, I never catch them," and then you made it. You just started knitting this year? Weren't you knitting weren't you knitting something at the yarn pop-up at Hands On? That's crazy, like, you just started and you're already doing, like, full sweaters or full tops. My first few knitting projects were literally just, like, scarves, like, scarves purled like, the whole time. Okay, I need to get me a pillow. You're working on your first hexagon cardigan. I still haven't made one of those. Like, I get how it takes shape. I've just not gotten around to making one. But I think that they're super cute. And I feel like for the most part, if you just keep adding rows, that's how you make different sizes, right? Or am I wrong? I could be completely wrong. I don't even know how the pattern, like, I've never really looked at a pattern. I just know how to make the hexagon shape grow. But I wonder if there's a way you can make like the hexagon cardigan like long but fitted instead of like long and oversized. You can only hear it. I mean, the music is cutting in and out too, so maybe there's that. 'cause, like, I'm just on Epidemic Sound right now because I have a subscription for them, and it's copyright free because I have had live streams where Jordan came home and he only played a song for, like, a minute. It's like a hip hop song, but then I got flagged for it. So, we're using copyright free music. Crochet Cuties, how is your shop going? You're so sweet for asking. To be honest, the last 3 weeks, I think, I haven't had any orders. I actually haven't. Shop is shop is flop right now. But I do feel a little bit, I don't know, more accepting of the situation. Just from like 2 or so live streams ago, I was kind of talking to you guys about like shop updates and how it's going, and I feel like it's just partially the time of the year. Also, because it's like the end of the year, people aren't really looking for hand dyed yarn. They're starting to think more about like gifts for people. So they're not going to go spend, sweater quantities of yarn on my website. But that's okay. It's not making me as sad as it was before. I have had a few pattern purchases, if that counts, but that was through like Ribbler. Like I think just 10 minutes ago, I got something off of Ribbler, and I was like, I've only ever sold like 5 things on Ribbler. And then I got one sale or 2 sales in like the last 2 weeks on Ravelry. So it's okay. I feel like I can't be too upset about the whole pattern thing because I just started. So, not a lot of people know about it. But shop is flop right now, and it's okay because we're knitting today. See, and then the music goes out again. You can use double pointed needles for sleeves or the magic loop technique. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna, if you're talking about this, I'm just gonna pick up stitches, like cast on stitches onto the sleeves, however the pattern calls for. I'm pretty sure I work up, I split front and back, I seam the shoulder together, the shoulder seam, and then I pick up stitches around the arm. So very similar to how I'm doing it now because I'm already in the round. So I'm just gonna stick with the same needles. There's no point in me like changing up to double point. Where is the music? Even I can't hear it right now. See, ooh, sometimes I get like into a little flow. Oh my goodness. Let us see. Let's solve this problem right here. Hello. I can't even pronounce that. It's just letters and numbers. You never catch streams, but not today. You caught one today. I tried to give a little bit of a heads up on Instagram today, which I, like, never think to do, but, like, 20, 30 minutes ago, I was like, "Okay, I'm going live." I never, like, announce it, I just pop on. I'm trying to give y'all the heads up. Oh, attention, attention, attention. Yeah. Made a hex cardigan for your little brother, and it turned out super cute. I wish I could see these projects. So I've also been thinking, oh my gosh, there's just so much going on in my head. Like there's so many things I need to like outside of physically crocheting that I want to work on. Okay, that's loud. So the first thing is people have been telling me this for since the beginning of time, since I started my YouTube. But I think I should start or make like a Discord. That way y'all can just a add update photos of, like, whatever project you're working on. It doesn't even have to be crochet related, it could be a knitting project, it doesn't have to be my pattern, just share your whips with everybody, and then we can comment, give advice, you guys can talk about yarn, anything like that. We can share patterns, stuff like that, so I think I need to make a Discord for us. If Amara comes onto this live stream, she's probably gonna lose it because she's been asking me to make a Discord forever. Sarah, it was a cardigan for my grandma. It took 6 months. Oh my, but it's done. How was her face when you gave the sweater to her? Did she know that you were making it, or did you just like, did she know the whole time, or did you just surprise her with it? Like, here, I made you a sweater. Uh, this is so tiny. I should not have picked fingering. I feel like that's the basic idea, but as a large chest woman, I'm not sure how it'll work for me. I mean, my advice, Jordan, someone. See, it's so hard for me to work from home because there's constantly people here and barking. I feel like my advice, if you're trying to just make a very basic sweater as a beginner, is to measure the widest portion of your body. So I know like a lot of times in my tutorials, I'm like measuring at the waist. My chest isn't that much larger, but I'd say just measure like your bust area across, and then that will be the width of your panel. Crochet cuties, you just said, "Oh," in response to my shop update. It's okay. I feel like obviously we're gonna talk about the advent calendar stuff in a second here. Hold on. Hi, George. I'm on a live stream, just so you know. Ooh, that is so cool. Like a collar too. Very cool. Sheesh. Bring it. Say hi.
Hi.
You can't
Sorry.
show your torso. Oh, I'm rich. Probably gonna go after the live stream. Yeah, she went to the gym. I was in the room just. She don't do it. She don't do it.
Where?
It's pretty. Tension. Would you like? I can't even see your face. I'm like trying to catch up with the chat, but it's like all the way down there. Oh, he's stretching. Hi, pretty boy. Can you just come up and put on my nappy? You have a dog. This is my dog. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Well, just stand, my dude.
What time is it there for you guys? It is 2:17 p.m.
Mowgli, show your face. Oh yeah.
She's watching you while she ices her jaw.
Oh no. Oh, wisdom teeth? Dude, that was rough. Recovery from wisdom teeth? Because you got yours taken out too, right?
Yeah.
I was so swollen. I got it done on New Year's Eve. Went to a party and my face was just ballooned.
Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna go
Take
for
the
a
phone.
ride.
I know. Go ahead. Crazies. Crazies. Sarah, you're so sweet. You're going to order some yarn when you get paid. No rush. It is your money. Do with it as you please. I only felt like giving an update because somebody was asking how the shop update was going, and I was like, how is it going? How is it actually going? But yes, we're going to talk about my first ever yarn advent here in a sec. Y'all, my tension is all over the place. Look how tight and like beautiful it is. I was throwing, and then look at this. It's just loosey goosey. Oh, well. Your sales will probably go up for Christmas though. I feel like the opposite. Like I feel like a couple people might place orders because maybe they want to get yarn for their girlfriend or their boyfriend or whoever, but I think I feel like maybe yarn does the best for like spring. I feel like right now, gearing up for Christmas, a lot of people probably aren't going to buy hand-dyed yarn because like they're going to use that money for gifts, like unrelated to fiber artists. So we'll see though. We'll see. It is just the beginning of November. I'll keep you guys updated. Well, I'll tell y'all what's going on. You followed one of my sweater tutorials and it's the only thing that you wear. You love it so much. Thanks for teaching me, of course. See, and that's the thing is I want to see your guys' projects. So I think we're gonna have to make a Discord. That way we can chat about other things besides my projects because we see what I make all the time. I rarely get to see what you guys make, and especially for those that don't rely on like social media or use like Instagram. Like so many people are always commenting like, "Oh, I made this," or "Oh, I'm making this for my dog," or something, but it's like on YouTube, and I have no idea what that project even looks like. And I feel like it'd be a really good idea too to have the Discord up and running before the yarn advent. That way I can share like each day and like what I'm making with the advent yarn. And then I can see what you guys choose to make if it's different from what I'm making. Like it's just, it's about time. It's about time. Tension. I'm gonna be saying that 100 times. It's like so loose. It was so tight before. I'll show you guys how I was. Y'all can tell me what this is, what style. This is like super comfortable for me. But I also notice, see, I'm pretty quick like this too. It's gonna be all over the place. The only issue I feel like knitting this style is that I'm constantly having to shift my yarn and like scooch everything up versus the other way. It like, for whatever reason, it naturally shifts and carries. So I rarely have to like re-grip my work. It just shifts. See, and I want to grip it the other way, but I'm just constantly changing up. Probably not the best idea. I should just stick with the other style I was just doing because now this sweater is going to be like, this top is going to be all over the place. See, and then I gotta stop and scooch. Alice, I will not be restocking my resin hooks for quite some time. I loved making resin hooks, but they were extremely time consuming and very, very tedious. So, like, if I mess up a little bit on the hook, I have to pour new ones all over again, and it's just I'm trying to kind of simplify like my day-to-day tasks a little bit just because I'm already juggling so many different things. And whenever I have like a hook order, it takes up half of my day for several days in a row. So I'm taking a break from the hooks for now. I don't know when I'll be bringing them back, but I can safely say that I probably won't have hooks till like maybe April or May. I need a little break. I need a break. See, and then it makes time for other projects and I can just put a little bit more time and love into the other things that I'm working on. I'm sorry. You wanted some resin hooks, but you were scared if they would snap. To be honest, I've only ever had a few people like email me like after they've been using it. Like I had somebody email me a handful of months ago and they had their hooks for like over a year. And then she said that one of hers snapped. But like I keep my favorite ones, I keep them on deck. I literally keep them in my desk. And my hooks have never snapped. I've used the 5, and then I've used the 10s. Like I've used all of the sizes, and I've never had an issue with them bending or snapping or it's gonna be Sarah said it's gonna be for Christmas. She hasn't seen it yet. It was the second one that I made. The first was for your mom. That's so sweet. Dang, you literally got a head start on that. Like you started making that Christmas gift in like what, like March? I can't. I can't. Tension. It's messing up. If your man doesn't get you an yarn hank this Christmas, dump him. I don't know if I ever shared this on like in a YouTube video, but it was the cutest thing. This was probably like 2, maybe like 3 months ago now. But I got an email from this young man, and he pretty much said, "Hi, you don't know me, but my girlfriend watches all of your videos. She loves your yarn." Um, and he essentially wanted to get her a secret little gift for like a going away college gift because she was moving out of the state or something like that for college. So he was like, I would love for you to like put together like a little personalized gift for her. And he also asked me to like if I would record like a little video for her like saying hello and talking about the yarn and like good luck at college and stuff. And I thought it was the cutest thing that this girl's partner was so thoughtful enough to reach out and like plan ahead and surprise her with her favorite thing, which is yarn. It was, I've never gotten like an email from that, like that from a customer ever. So naturally, I was like, yes, I'm going to make this video for you. It was really short. I think I only recorded like maybe 2 minutes, but yeah. And then he took photos of her, like a video of her, like opening up the yarn. And he said that she was like in shock. And then he showed her the video and she had like no words. But it was just really cute that I got to make a little secret surprise gift for her. And I was like, this is the standard of partners that we are requiring from now on. Surprise yarn gifts. You made a Christmas sweater for your cat last year and you put it on her for the first time, but now she's too fat to fit it now. The struggles. Maybe you could block it. Maybe, did I pick up that stitch right? Maybe try to block the little kitty sweater and see if she'll fit it now. Hello, Erica. You're new to fiber arts and you've been crocheting for about a year. And I recently discovered you and you've brought a lot of inspiration and motivation to my work. Thank you. You're welcome. See, and I want to see, this is why we need to make the Discord because I want to see all of your beginner projects. I want us to be able to share with each other and help motivate each other. And then y'all can like talk amongst yourselves too in the Discord. Like not just me, like we can all comment. Shell's here. Sven is crocheting a baby dress. Oh, Alice, you're so sweet. She said, understand and we'll definitely will order some yarn to support you. What is a Discord? Don't ask me to like, give you the best explanation for it, but Discord is actually like a site or a platform where kind of think of it like a Facebook page. Like there's a general person who's running the page, but as long as you're like part of the group, like you join the group, you guys can submit photos, maybe even videos, photos. You guys can like each other's photos, comment on each other's photos, give each other feedback. So it's kind of like a Facebook page in a sense, but Discord is like actually the name of the platform. But it's essentially just kind of like another social media platform. Mowgli, thanks for being on live today. I don't plan on doing, the 2.5 hour. I think I'll probably go another 30, 40 minutes. A little shorter one today, but oh yeah, we're picking up some speed here. Oh yeah. Nilka, I have not seen you in so long. I can't believe you're here today. Stephanie, will you be doing another Whatnot show soon? I'm currently using the pearly haze I got from you. From you there, I love. I've been meaning to schedule another one because I just did a yarn, what's it called? Like organizing my yarn stash. And I pulled out a lot of yarn, probably the same amount as last time. So I had like 3 baggies. Um, so I actually have the yarn pulled out and like ready to go. I just need to find the right time to schedule the show. But yeah, I will be doing another huge yarn show. And for everybody else who doesn't know what I'm talking about, essentially Whatnot is like another app that you can download. It's free to download, free to use, but people can sell secondhand or brand new anything. I've seen people sell like $10,000 sneakers. I've seen people sell clothing, vintage clothing, brand new clothing, hair accessories, beads, jewelry, like anything. And of course, I use Whatnot to sell yarn, like secondhand yarn. So I've been using them, like 6 or so months, maybe a little bit more. I'd say like once every other month or so, I have a show where I sell a bunch of either secondhand or mostly brand new unused yarn. So I'm going to plan that one probably this weekend, like, I'll figure out when I will go live to sell all that. Ooh, you've just been lurking because I'm not feeling well today, but always love your streams. Yeah, no worries, sit back. As long as I know that you're here, we're Gucci. Just hang out. You're with us in spirit. I mean, technically, you're also here, but don't feel obliged to chat if you don't feel well. Alyssa, how do you get back motivation after a creative burnout? Honestly, bunch of different there's like a bunch of different things that you could do for it. But for example, like me right now, my best advice would be to work on something completely different or unrelated. So as I was telling you guys at the beginning of this live stream, I don't think I've ever had to frog a design so many times. I think it was just bad planning and sheer luck. But I got a little bit irritated with the crochet and I was just kind of like not enjoying it just because it turned into a cluster disaster. So that's why I decided to cast on something and start knitting. This is purely just for fun. Like I'm filming a little bit of it like for fun, just knit along with me, but I'm not designing a pattern. I'm not in a time crunch. I'm just doing this to take a break from the crochet. But I would say like do other activities that are completely unrelated to whatever it is that's giving you burnout. Um, if you don't like want to switch up like hobbies, like if it's crochet that you're burnt out on, like a specific project, start something small, like a really small, quick project. And sometimes just the fact that you're able to start and finish something so quick, like you get that fulfillment from finishing a project, um, that could like boost your mojo, your gojo. I know a lot of people get burnt out like when they're working on the same project for so long. So maybe starting and finishing a project really quickly, like a small, like imagine like a set of coasters, for example, like I'm using. This was sent in to me from the patchwork project. But I literally use this coaster every day. But like pick something small, like maybe a little handbag, coasters, um, like a little accessory for your car or something, a plant holder, something like that. But yeah, best advice, if you're feeling burnt out, don't keep going because you're only going to get more frustrated and you're just going to get the ick even more. And it's not worth it. Okay, I'm going to take a break from the knitting for a second so I can show you guys the crochet that I'm working on. Okay, let's give you guys a quick little whip update. Y'all, almost 300 stitches in the round. Why did I do this? Let's show you guys some cute little sections. Peep her. Look at her. Look at this beaut. It's crazy because on this backside with the pearls, you can see that tension difference. Like this is clean, but it's like super tight. And this is like super loose. What have I done? Bye. Have a good ride. I don't know. What's your guys' advice? Should I stick with the original tension, like go back to that style, or should I stick with this new one? Because if I change up again, there's gonna be like a lot of discrepancy with the tension. But I don't know if I want to block it if I keep going with the new tension because it's already pretty loose. Like, y'all, look at that. What have I done? What have I done? Look at that. That's annoying. Learning. Learning as I go. Show you guys another really pretty section. Good. Good. Okay. We don't sip on his coffee, catch up on the chat, and then we can start talking about the crochet. Actually, it's behind me. It looks like I have nothing crocheted. I promise I do. Okay. Milka, you graduated? Congratulations, that's huge. You got a job offer in New York. That's crazy. You should totally be excited about that. That's like a dream. Yeah, no worries, Noka. I've been honestly since I only started live streaming again last week. I did 2 live streams last week. It was like out of the blue. And I didn't realize that I hadn't live streamed since April. So you really haven't missed much. But I'm trying to be a little bit more consistent. So here we are again on Thursdays. We might make Thursday the live stream day. We'll see. Stephanie, I've been wanting to learn to knit because I get bored with crochet sometimes, but it feels so complicated. I promise you, it seems complicated because it's like you've never done it before, but once you just watch a couple like slow tutorials on YouTube on like the basics of knitting and just like make a little square to get the technique down and to practice that, you'll be good. Like I've only ever knit a couple things. Like I've knit less than 10 things in my entire life. So you can do it. You can do it. It's funny. I thought about filming this part, like my little knit along, but I'll share a little insider tip. It's been so long since I last knit. I went to go cast on stitches and I couldn't remember how to do it. I was sitting there like holding the yarn and I was like, no, that's not right. Something like that. No, that's not right. And then I sat there for like 10 minutes and I was like, and I had to pull up a YouTube video to remind myself how to long tail cast on. It was actually comical. But then once I got that, I was like, okay, we're good. It's just kind of like riding a bike. You're planning to order a light up crochet hook so you can see in the dark while crocheting. It's funny, I don't have one of those, but I actually have the neck light. I got it like 5 months ago. I used it once. Like, I think if I was living alone, I would totally knit or crochet in bed. But people in this household have a rather routine bedtime. So I don't really crochet in bed anymore. Jamie, did I miss the announcement of the winner of the giveaway? Just popped in to say hi and see what you're crocheting. Yes, I put it on my story Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. I chose the winner. I selected the winner. It was random, but I posted about it on Monday. Um, and then the person messaged me and they were all excited. And then they were like, oh, I forgot that it's only USA and Canada. And I was like, I'm sorry, I can't. Like, it actually has, these are the brand's restrictions. So I had to pick a new winner, another random winner. And then I think that was on Tuesday. But they've already contacted me and everything. So I'm trying to, I'm waiting to hear back from Universal so that they can get all that worked out. I'm dead. Kristen said, this is absolutely random and unrelated to crocheting, but has anyone told you your voice sounds exactly like Scarlett Johansson? I don't think so. I feel like somebody might have said that in a live stream like over a year ago. They were telling me that I sounded or I looked like somebody, but I don't remember. I should probably go watch one of her movies again and maybe like try to hear it for myself. You use YouTube tutorials all the time to remind yourself of stitches. Yeah. Trouble Creative Corner, what are you making? I'm gonna guess that you're making, I don't even know. I was gonna say temperature blanket. That's my guess. But if not, I'm gonna guess that you're making hand warmers, fingerless gloves. That's my guess. All right, quick little update. I do have progress on the ribbed cardigan. So we've got both front panels done, and we have the neckline all shaped up. And this is what took me so long. Frogged this 2 times, got it right on the 3rd time, but I'm just trying to be very particular about the design. I don't wanna just, like, willy-nilly it. So at first, I think the other panel's over there. Yeah, I have an extra front panel made up because I couldn't decide what was happening, but at first, I was just trying to make the pattern, like, super easy for people to follow along to, so I just had, like, increases all the way up to the shoulder. But then when I finished it and I looked at it, it just looked like too basic, like there wasn't enough, and then also the neckline was way too wide. So frogged it, started all over, frogged it again, and then I finally got it. So I have this tapered edge here for the neckline. Hmm. And then we have shoulder, and she looks still very basic. But then once I have everything front back panels seamed all together, we're gonna add a little fancy schmancy border, collar, if you will, to the neckline, like so. Hmm. We're gonna add a little and a little. And then I also got very frustrated because I knew I was using 2 different dye lots, but I like didn't think it through. So I used 2 different dye lots to crochet my front panels, which is a huge mistake because this is, they're literally gonna mimic each other. I should have used the same dye lot. And then you can see one has a little bit more pink than the other, which is a bummer. And that's also why I made a third panel. I made a third panel back there because I was trying to like test out what panel to use. But yeah, it's a long story short. We're sticking with it because I cannot be bothered to make another front panel. Like at that point, I'm I might give up on the whole pattern. So yes, 2 different dye lots, but we're gonna stick with it. I don't care anymore. I don't care. So now finally, I'm working on the back panel, which, as you can imagine, is really just a big fat square. Sarah said Stella just heard Mowgli bark and now she's looking around. Oh, see, and then you can upload photos of Stella like next to your crochet projects on the Discord, and we can all see each other's pets and stuff. See, and now we're gonna switch gears a little bit, but at this point, I would really like to get this finished up because this is already taking me a lot longer than I expected for this pattern. But considering, I don't know, the mental state I am with this pattern at the moment, I actually don't care to rush to finish it. Like I kind of put myself on a deadline in a sense, because that's kind of how it works when you work for yourself. Like you have to like be specific. But with this one, I'm not really in a rush. So I'm kind of just gonna jump like the next week or two. I'm gonna jump between working on this cardigan pattern and then the knitting. I also have to start another project like this weekend or like the beginning of next week for an upcoming video as well. So we're kind of juggling a lot. We're doing a lot. But I am obsessing for everybody who's probably going to ask. I am using my own hand dyed yarn for the cardigan pattern. So this did, oh my God, I'm sorry. Did we see that? Did we see the color? Look at this. Stunning. So this is Practical Magic. This is the colorway Practical Magic from my shop on Superwash DK. So she is 100% superwash, DK weight, so scrumptious. But I'll show you what this dye lot looks like because I made two different dye lots. Can we see? Can we see? Okay, I think because there's so much color, y'all, we did this last time in the live stream. There was color discrepancy because of the white balance, and then where I sit at the window, it washes everything out. But look at this. Look at these colors. Oh, this is like just enough that it's not washing everything out. Look at it. Oh my gosh. So yeah, this is Practical Magic. And I'm very glad that I chose this colorway for this cardigan. I mean, with it being fall, we kind of got to transition to the darker themes, the darker colors. So that's where we're at right now. So happy I saw this. I crochet all day, every day, and just randomly picked up my knitting needles to make a beanie earlier this morning. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I mark up all of my patterns so I know where I left off and keep them with each project in its own bag. But my husband gets sick of all my whip bags lying around and they get jumbled up in my cabinet. You know what's funny is for the most part, I do keep like my whips stored away because I don't want them like being touched. And I don't know what it is, but like if I have like a whip, like say I left like this project like this on my bed with the hook in it, or like even like the knitting needles, if I just like leave it out and I see somebody go to like touch it and move it, I like don't touch it. Don't touch it. Especially with the knitting, because people who don't knit don't understand that very quickly. Like, because I don't use stoppers. You see how close that stitch is to coming off? If somebody were to grab this like back here and try to like move it, like that happened once. It was a while ago, like over a year ago. but I think Jordan went to pick up my knitting project, and obviously he doesn't know, so he picked it up in a way that he dropped. He dropped like 5 or 6 stitches, and I just sat there and I was like, and for somebody who doesn't knit hardly ever, that was like heartbreaking. I was like, I'm gonna have to start all over again. I can't pick up those stitches or have the capability. Okay, wait, we need to talk about the yarn advent. I know I keep talking about it every live stream, and we're gonna keep talking about it. So where we last left off, obviously we decided the first theme, the first inspired by, which is gonna be Avatar: The Last Airbender. Um, I've done a little bit of planning for it, not a ton. So I think next week I need to like crack down on it a little bit more. But I'm trying really hard to narrow down like the inspired colorways for the collection. It's kind of tough because if I wanted to include not even all of the main characters, but like all of the recommended favorite character colorways and then like the favorite scenes or moments, I would literally need like 21 days, like 21 colorways. But as we previously discussed with the yard advent, I think I shouldn't go too crazy, especially for my first one. So I'm trying, I need more than 14, but I don't want to do 21. So I think at the moment where my list is at, I'm trying to narrow it down to maybe like 16. See, that's still so much, but I think where we're at right now is it's going to be between 14 and 16 colorways. And sadly, I cannot have every awesome character. I might group in a few characters. Like, for example, Zuko and Azula are like similar characters, but they're also personality wise very different. How the planning is going, I don't have enough days to do a separate for Zuko and Azula. So I might just, I might group them together. I don't know yet. Same with like Appa and Momo. I don't know if I should group them together. I mean, they are kind of like besties, but I might just do Appa and leave Momo out of it. And I also quickly realized that I could very easily do a second collection of Avatar in the future because there's so much. Like the first list that I put together, and then like all of the recommendations that you guys gave me from the Google forms, so many. I could probably do 3 collections of Avatar. So don't be surprised if like next year, like end of the year, I announce that we're doing another Avatar collection. Sorry, not sorry. And then don't mark my words, but I think I will have 2 different weights available for the advent calendar. So I think I'm gonna have a sport weight version and a DK weight version just because so many people said that they would prefer one over the other. So I think I will have 2 options. Obviously, if you choose to do the DK weight option, you're gonna have less yardage. I will have add-ons available so that you guys can like, if you already have your pattern picked out that you want to crochet or knit with, you can easily add on like extra yardage or whatever project, but it'll be the same amount of colors for each, either sport or DK. So yeah, we're coming along. I do need to spend a good amount of time next week like really sitting down and kind of putting together a general color palette. I had some people, not a lot, I think I only had like 1 or 2 people who filled out the Google form asking if I was going to show all of the colorways before, like, I open up the orders, but in case you guys didn't understand the gist of an advent calendar, I will be putting together a general color palette and theme for the entire collection, but you're not gonna have any sneak peeks into, like, what each colorway looks like specifically, because that's the whole point of the advent is, like, to be completely surprised when you open it up. So, at least with, like, the collection colorway themes, um, you'll have an idea of what all the colors, the general theme that they're gonna follow, but it's up to you if you guys want to, like, reserve a spot for the pre-order, but I will not be showing the colorways beforehand because that is most of the excitement. I think for certain I wouldn't call them advent calendars, but, like, in the future, I do wanna work on, like, inspired collections. They won't be advents, they'll just be, like, maybe 5 or 6 colors for, like, a theme, and you will obviously see those colors ahead of time, um, but specifically for advent calendars, no ma'am, we're not showing the colorways beforehand. And I also found a pattern on Etsy or Ravelry. Um, I'll have to show it to you guys later, or maybe I'll just, like, post about it or something, but the pattern's really cool because I think it's a Raglan top. You can turn it into, like, a long sleeve sweater or a long sleeve top. But in the pattern, she says that she has, like, specific patterns and everything, the same pattern for fingering, sport, DK, and worsted. So I felt like that might be a really good pattern to share with you guys, like, if you guys wanna purchase that when it comes up, because whether you choose the sport or the DK, we could still work on the same project. So there is a little bit of progress, a little bit of progress. Jamie said you learned the hard way to keep your whips away from your cats, but your hubby should know better. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's like I just don't want my I don't know what it is. Like if I pull the hook out like this and I leave it on the bed, I don't care. I don't care. But if I like specifically with the knitting projects, don't touch it. Don't touch my whip. You're gonna ruin it. Just so particular. And I'll like rush. I'll like try to like interject myself and grab it before they can. I just don't understand. Sarah, I think a zodiac or astrology advent would be amazing. I like the general idea of that, but I feel like in your opinion, how would you want me to execute, say, a zodiac advent? Because like there's so many ways I could do like all of them. So you would kind of have like a rainbow-ish of colors because you're having literally every element or every sign as well. But you could also do like themed zodiac advents where it's like one advent is all of the water signs, and then another advent is all of the fire signs. I don't know. I don't know if it would be too close to like Avatar, because in a sense, I'm like, I will be touching on all four elements. Hmm. But in case you guys are wondering, from so far, just from like what I've written up for the Avatar Advent Calendar, for the most part, it is gonna follow more of an earth toned colorway. I do have specific characters or moments, scenes where it's not earth toned, like it's a little bit of variation. But for the most part, the colorways are going to be like creams, tans, greens, blues, um, and like a little bit of like deeper, like rust reds, little orangey, little browny. And then there's going to be like little sections that are like I said, like scenes that I picked that are going to be like one is going to be like a pastel, think like sunset pastel. Um, so there will be certain colors that have a little bit more color. They kind of break from that color palette, but that is going to be the general theme of the first Advent. And I also, I might move up the Advent, like pre-order and Advent, like shipment time, just because more than likely I will be out of the country March, like mid-March, like the end of March. It's like tentative right now, but just knowing I'm gonna be out of the country, I want to be able to like work on the project as we're opening up each day. So tentatively, um, maybe have everything shipped out like the beginning of February, beginning to mid-February, and then maybe we can start opening it like right at the beginning of March, something like that. Those are kind of like the rough timelines. Because I know originally I was saying like, oh, I can ship it out like end of February, maybe like early March, and then we can start. But I want to make sure that we have all the days opened up before I leave town. It's not gonna be as fun if I just like share each day like on Instagram, but like I can't use the yarn because I'm traveling. So I need to figure that out. But that's like we're gonna move it up like a couple weeks, I think, which means that it's already November. I need to have like everything finalized and probably have pre-orders open like the beginning of December. Okay, I need to read these. I didn't see these. Milka said, I think you can totally do more than one collection so you wouldn't have to group the characters or the scenes. Yeah, I think like there's a handful of people I was thinking like I could group them, but they also have like their own, like people might have like very similar colors, but how I would translate that into a colorway could be completely different. So I don't think I'm going to group characters. I'm just going to have to leave certain people out of this first one. As siblings, you could probably find a cool way to show them both within one color, like two separate colors that mix together in the middle. Yeah, that could work. Kind of like an ombre hank. But I also want to make sure that that one color is not so like however it's dyed is not so drastically different from a majority of the other colors because we do want this to look somewhat cohesive. Like I don't want like completely different like techniques of dyeing. You know, I don't want like the top few colors to be like speckled or variegated or like blended. And then all of a sudden there's like a colorway that's like stripes, you know, like I want it to look kind of cohesive. So I need to figure that out, which is why I need to really finalize this planning. But maybe in like two, I guess you guys will see the colorways when I put up the pre-order, and I'll probably leave the pre-orders open for like 2 weeks time in December. Um, but yeah, you'll see more of that soon. Soon. I wish I could do the cool pencil hold. I hold my hooks like a caveman with a knife. You know, it's funny, I was talking about this on the previous live streams, but when I'm doing standard crochet, pencil hold is where it's at. It's just so comfortable for me. But when I'm doing Tunisian, it's the knife hold. We change up. We change up a lot. I wish I could do pencil hold with the Tunisian, but it's just physically not efficient. Pencil is just the most comfortable for me. I think it's what I first learned, and then obviously it just stuck. But for me, pencil hold eliminates any joint pain. Like I could spend the whole day crocheting and my wrist won't hurt. But I do have to warn you, if y'all do the pencil hold, you're gonna have some buff thumbs, I swear. Milka, will the collection be available after the advent calendar? I really hate to be surprised. I'm not gonna make the advents available after, which is why I was talking about how I'm gonna have there's gonna be like a difference between advent calendars and then just like inspired collections. The advents are really just gonna be like limited. I was talking about this also a few live streams ago, but I noticed that whenever I have colors up available like on my site, like the colorways that you guys see right now, obviously there's like naturally people have like favorites. And then those favorites are the only colors that are consistently bought. So I'm constantly, like when I get orders, ironically, it's like the same colors over and over. And then that's where I start to feel a little bit of like a burnout with dyeing yarn and like a little bit of boredom is because it's like that one colorway. And whenever I get an order, it's just that one. So it's like not fun for me anymore. The fun for me is trying out new colors. Um, which is why the advent calendars are really going to be like limited. That way I'm not stuck having to dye, say for example, like I don't have to dye the Appa colorway 20 times over the next 4 or 5 months. Like I'm just going to do it that one time and it'll go out versus I already am like in my head planning just like inspired by collections where it's going to be a smaller amount of colorways but you guys will see the colors firsthand, and then there will be pre-orders for that. Those will also be like limited edition in the sense that they're not going to stay up on the site forever. It will really just be like up for pre-order for like 2 or whatever weeks, and then when I take it down, it's done. But in that sense, you will see the colors ahead of time. But in case I'm talking too much and I didn't clarify, the advent calendars will not be released after we open them up. How much would it be? I'll be honest, I don't know yet. I've been trying to sit and figure out numbers as well. Um, maybe I honestly don't know yet because I'm also still trying to figure out how many colors I'm gonna have. Um, I guess it would kind of be helpful to get feedback in the sense of like what you guys think would be a fair cost, fair price for like 14 to 16 days. The last day will be a full hank. And then I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to do one specific stitch marker or like two. I don't know yet. Dom, a cow would be cool. Like use your yarn to be eligible for a prize sort of thing. I mean, what do you mean? Do people do crochet alongs with like the purpose of like there's a winner or something at the end? I'm curious. So I've never like actually done like a legitimate like cow project. You know what I should do? Whenever I have, like, an update for the advent calendar, I should make a highlight on my Instagram stories. That way, like, it's all in one spot, and this is also where the Discord would highly come in handy, so that it's just, all the information's up whenever I add it, and then you guys can go back and see it for yourselves. Hello, Stella. Oh, no, crochet cuties. Goodbye. Sarah, I haven't thought about how to execute it yet. Amara, there she is. I knew you were gonna come on, and I'm gonna save you the hassle from having to go back into the live stream. But we've been discussing a few different things on here, Amara, and one of them I know you're gonna be very excited to hear, which is I'm pretty certain I need to put together, organize a Discord. It's about time. I was telling them how you've been asking me to make a Discord for like 2 years now. So the Advent, Sophia's asking what's the Advent, like a calendar, very similar to, I don't know if all countries do this, but like in the USA, there are like the chocolate Advent calendars. Typically there's 25 days and each day you open up like a little door and there's like a little piece of chocolate and you open one a day. Um, a lot of yarn brands, businesses will host a yarn Advent calendar where there is a general theme or collection, whatever. Um, and it's essentially a mystery. And a lot of people do advents for like Christmas, so it'll be like 1 through the 25th of December. And each day you open up a little package and it's a mini hank of a surprise color. But again, it kind of goes along with the general theme of the advent. Um, but I have seen, like, I checked it out on Etsy. People do advents for all times of the year, not just the holidays. Um, so it's just an excuse to have like it's kind of like a little yarn ceremony. But we are currently planning my first ever yarn advent calendar for like February, and the theme is going to be Avatar: The Last Airbender. So you will have like a heads up on the general color palette, but you won't know for sure what every colorway looks like until you unpackage it or unbox it one every day. And then there will also be a project that I'm picking that I'll share with you guys. Um, if you want to crochet or knit along with me, you can do the same pattern, or you can pick a completely unrelated pattern, make your own thing using the same colorways, or you could use each of the mini hanks to make like little colors or add them into whatever project that you're already working on. It's completely up to you. I just thought it would be fun to like, we're gonna go out with a bang, and I'm still finalizing which pattern I want, but I found one that has multiple weights of yarn for the same project. So if you want, we could all work on the same sweater or top or whatever, or you can pick your own, completely up to you. And then each day, if you guys want to like share it to your stories or share it to the Discord, um, we can like see what each other are making with the themed collection. And then I also will be doing a knit along or crochet along, one of the cows, at least once a week. Well, if it's only maybe like 14, 60 days, I'm going to do at least 2 live streams. But I think during that time, I'll probably hop on the live stream 4 times, like 2 times a week. Again, that's all kind of tentative, but there will also be a cow of some sort. Yeah, as I was stating earlier, the general color palette that I have going on right now, as you can imagine, if you've seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, it's gonna be a lot of earth tone colors, no neons. There will be 1 or 2 that have more like a pastel coloring to them, but for the most part, the colors kind of stay in the area of like creams, tans, browns, greens, as you can imagine, earth, a little bit of blues. There will be some darker shades, I think, towards the end of the advent. As you can imagine, Zuko, Azula, firebenders. So a little bit more of like rusty, burnt colors, maybe like a little bit of purple. Purple. I'm just gonna say this, Princess Yue, look her up. Look at her colors. She got a little more like a pastel theme going on. So that's the general run through of the advent calendar. Um, and it's cute too because ever since I kind of been talking this through with Jordan, he's also been like trying to give ideas. And again, nothing is set in stone. But we are watching this new series on Netflix, narrated by Morgan Freeman. It's like his Planet Earth or like the life on Planet Earth, whatever series, but it's more so about like it really touches on like 70 million years ago, like 22 billion years ago, like stuff that happened on the planet years before humans walked the earth. Um, but anyways, one of the scenes, like one of the episodes, is about like the water, and they showed all of these really beautiful scenes from like a coral reef. You guys see where I'm going with this? So I don't know if I would want to make that an advent calendar or just make that an inspired collection. But there's a lot I can do with that. So it could be an advent like late next year, maybe like midsummer, or it could just be an inspired collection. I don't know yet. But that was another really fun one. Um, we've also been talking about Spirited Away, and ironically enough, Jordan put on Spirited Away last night. So we watched the whole thing in Japanese. They didn't have English. But I was like rewatching it. I was like, oh. So even for that one, I don't know if I'd make that an advent calendar or make that just a collection, like a limited collection. Don't know yet. Hello from Houston. Love the Harley Davidson sweatshirt. I got this when Jordan and I were in New York. I thrifted this. Y'all know me with the oversized. She's pretty sure she's a 2XL, I think. Love it. Love the fit. And I rolled up the sleeves. Got the fresh haircut. I told my stylist when I went in because my hair was like getting long. I pretty much just told her like I just want like kind of like my curtain bangs, but a little bit shorter because my hair just grows so fast. And then she was like, okay, what do you want me to do with this or with this or with this? And I was like, I'm giving you free will. Whatever you want to do, I was like, as long as you trim it above my shoulders and you give me some like little bangs, do what you want. And then she like was doing something and I was like, what's she going for? And then at the end, like with my hair, I washed it already. But when she had it styled, and I was like, is this kind of like a wolf cut or whatever they call it? And she was like, a little bit, a little bit. So thankfully, she thinned out my hair so well because that shit was so thick. And it's just, she's cute now. She's cute. Your stitch markers are stunning. I already have some new stitch markers made. I've had them made for like over a month. I just haven't added them to the website. I took photos and then I didn't like how they looked, and I was like, "Mm, presentation is big, like, I don't wanna just half-ass it, you know?" But I have more made. Bye, Jamie, thanks for hanging out. Milka, I've done cows where if you finish a project and you send photos, you get a discount. That'd be perfect. I'm totally down for that. See, that's why we need the Discord. That'd be perfect. I'm totally down with that. Does it say 10%? Does it say 10,000? Oh, 10,000% pro Discord server. Such immediate feedback for you too. Easy to do polls. I'll start looking into. I don't know how extensive it is to make one, but Amara, I'm gonna have to get you on there to help me with that because I don't know what I'm doing. Steph, you're late, but an advent yarn calendar would be so much fun. It's in the works, my dudes. It's in the works. You're not wrong about me asking for a long time. I remember like the first few live streams, maybe not within the first year though, you were telling me you should make a Discord. And I was like, oh yeah. And then I never did it. I felt like it was too much work. And at this point, with the plans and the direction that the fiber fan is going, I think it is necessary. Okay, Amara, thank you for the feedback. You said I'd say around $120 for the yarn for the 14 days. Does that seem reasonable? You could do 140 if you throw in some extras like stitch markers and stickers. So that's around where I was thinking. I should probably pull up my little math calendar. See, we're already at an hour and a half. I'm gonna say 10 more minutes, and then we're gonna wrap up this whole shebang because I haven't eaten yet today. I had a yogurt, and that was it. But I told you guys when I work from home and there's other people from home, it's hard to juggle time to like film and work. So let's see if I'm gonna do, say we do 14, we do 14 days. So it's like 13 minis and one full, 14 minis and one full. Let's see. Yeah, because I do know for sure I want to have at least one custom stitch marker in there. Stickers, should the stickers, like, would you think the stickers should be themed as well? I can't draw for shit, but like, would you just want like, I don't know, just like a basic like Aaron B kind of sticker, like something like with crochet related, or would you want it to be like related to the theme? Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, I feel like right now, if I were to do 14-day Advent, we're kind of looking around one 120 or 140. And again, that's like if I throw in the stitch markers. Maybe stickers are no-go. I don't know because I haven't even thought about stickers, but I have been thinking about stitch markers. I still need to look up Good Omens. I wrote it down on my phone. I just haven't like even looked it up. You said it was like a show and a book, right? We watched Spirited Away for Halloween. I need a yarn for Chihiro's shirt and also Haku and maybe Yubaba's rings inspired stitch marker. Yeah, I was watching and like there's even the scene where she's like counting like her gems and stuff, and I was like, this would be a really cool colorway because it's very like jewel toned, whereas most of the show is kind of like flowery colors, like pinks, greens, green. Yeah, I saw Yubaba's rings and I was like, oh, rings and the gems. Thank you, Amara, for the hair. It was a lot cuter yesterday when there was like product in it. She had it all done up, but Today we're just kind of we're looking funky today. Yes, Amara, slide into my DMs, please. I don't know how I'm gonna start it tonight, but I swear, like this has literally been on my mind for a few days now, and I'm like, we need to just get it done. I am going out of town this weekend on a little trip because Jordan's birthday is coming up this weekend. So maybe I can get it started by like Sunday when I'm back home. Yeah, see, I don't know if I should do a Spirited Away advent calendar or just a collection. So I could do a lot with Spirited Away. I could definitely do at least 14 days. But I feel like with that one, like that's so much more planning involved than just like an inspired collection. So for example, if I did Spirited Away Advent, 14, 14, 16, whatever days. But if I were to do like just an inspired release colorway collection, I could do like 6 different colors. I don't know. And I also want like I want it to kind of fit with the time of the year. So if I were to do Spirited Away Advent, it'd have to be relatively soon after the Avatar one because they're kind of like spring, summer. So like I could do that. I could do Spirited Away for summer, like late summer. I don't know. Yeah, boom, myself, I'm not a big sticker person. Like I love stickers. The funny thing is when I was a kid, I actually used to collect stickers. Like I just loved them. I would never use them. I would just collect them all. But like now as an adult, like I love stickers, but I don't put them on anything. So I don't know. Kind of kind of all over the place right now. But yeah, those are the latest updates. I had to turn off the music. I'm getting a little bit too flustered. Too many thoughts going on. So yeah, these are just the latest things going on. A lot of new. I thought possibly about I had some people message me like in other terms about more mini bouquets. And originally I thought I would dye up just a few, like 4 or 5 new colors for the website. Very, very fall winter-esque themed. And then I can do a few more mini bouquets. I don't know though if I can mentally handle that. Like I think I'm already putting enough on my plate trying to manage everything and plan this. And I don't want to like I want to give it proper time, proper thought, proper time, proper planning. So I don't know if I'll have any more mini bouquets by the end of the year. You had a scrapbook filled with stickers. I don't know if I had a scrapbook. I think I just had like a big box. But I used to be obsessed. Like I would never use any of them. I would just collect them and like look at them. And I would have like rolls of stickers. Rolls. Like glitter stickers. And you want to know what happened to them? No idea. No idea where they went. I'm pretty sure after like we moved houses and parents divorced and everything, I have no idea where those stickers went. What a heartbreaker. And now we collect yarn. Well, I'm glad we could hang out in this little live stream today. It's so helpful to like touch base with you guys literally on a weekly basis. my gosh, and you know what else is sad? I've had that other pattern that I was working on. It's done. It's been done for almost 3 weeks now. Like, finished the pattern, wrote everything up. The actual whip is done. I just we haven't made time to take photos of it yet. But hopefully this weekend when Jordan and I are on his little birthday trip, we will get a couple photos of the little flower blossom sweater, and then I can get some pattern testers for that. Because originally I thought I would already have that being pattern tested, and I thought that this cardigan would be done by now, and like close to done, and that I'd already be like in the process of picking out pattern testers. Because my hopes and dreams were to have this pattern out by like the beginning of December. No, ma'am. It's not happening. Not on this timeline. Hopefully, like with that sweater that's done, the flower blossom one, the mesh one that you guys saw me make, that one hopefully can have pattern testers like apply this following week. And then this one, I don't even know when this is going to be done. I don't think she'll be done until mid-November. And then it is a big piece. It's a cardigan. So I think pattern testers are going to need, I'm probably going to give like a month. So we'll see if this gets done, released before December, like the end of December. I don't know. We shall see. Okay, I'm getting so hungry. I need to eat something. All right, last little look at practical magic. Look at these colors. Stunning. I love that there's like these deeper, like really deep teal pops of color. Oh my gosh. And there's just like a little bit of pastels in there too. Look at this though. Gorge. Okay. We're gonna call it 1 minute and we're gonna call it because yeah, I need to figure out if I'm doing Spirited Away Advent or just Spirited Away collection. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Because when Jordan also gave me that coral reef idea, I think it'd be really fun to mess around with not like a whole collection, like not like a whole advent of neon fluorescent colors, but I think it'd be really cool to do like a very different, like, this first one's going to be very earthy tone, very neutral, nothing crazy. And then I thought, like, with the coral reef one, it would be so drastically different to have like neon. Like, I can't even imagine like a whole neon project. But yeah, I don't know with that one if it would be an advent or not. And then I also thought, like, this time next year for like fall, if I plan early, it'd be really cool to just pick like, I don't know, like a general theme. Like, imagine, like, what are your guys' favorite colorways? I'm literally going to ask another question before this live stream ends. What are your guys' like favorite color palettes to work with? Is it like earthy tones? Is it like deep, like woodsy colors, like deep browns and deep greens and stuff like that? Or is it like all pastels? Or do you guys like the neons? Like, what is your favorite color palette to work with? Because I thought it'd be really cool to do, like, for example, I don't even know what it would be called, but like, say it was like Cabin in the Woods or something. I don't know. Just like really deep, deep browns, deep burgundies, and like that kind of theme. Like, think like a forest. Oh, yeah. See, jewel tones, but I think jewel tones would be like I mean, it wouldn't be quite jewel tones for like the coral reef one, but imagine a whole collection of just fluorescence, crazy like rainbow fluorescence. But I can't do. I don't. I know I physically couldn't handle like 5 advents in 1 year. Not when I'm like just starting out. But I already just have so many different themes in my head. So I think it'd be really cool too to do like somebody just mentioned like the mohair. I haven't found where like I could purchase mini mohair hanks. Because somebody sent me a message and they thought it'd be really cool to do like different textured collections. So I could have like a superwash, I could have a boucle, I could have a mohair, I could have a pack of whatever. But I've only so far found the mini hanks for superwash bases. Grays, blacks, greens, blues. See, and I knew like deep earthy tones. See, there's just so much I could do. I don't know. I don't know. All right, we're gonna call it. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna figure out Discord, and we can start getting ideas and polls and stuff up on there. And I will probably be knitting the rest of the night after I eat and finish editing. I need to make progress on this. This is supposed to be a top. I've done 20 rows. I don't know what's going on with it. Okay. Jewel tone, blue, green, purple. Bye, bye, bye. Be safe, everybody. Have a good night. Take care of yourself. Drink water. I need to drink water. I'll see you soon. Hopefully, we'll plan for another live stream next Wednesday or next Thursday. We're getting it together. Getting on a schedule. Bye, everybody.